Welcome to Local SEO in 10. This is your go-to podcast for answers about how you can grow your local business online easily and quickly. Brought to you by local SEO experts Magnified Media in Walnut Creek, California. In each 10-minute episode, our digital marketing expert Adam Duran answers your questions on how you can get more leads for your business fast. Remember, if you're not taking care of this part of your business right now, you can bet your competitors are. And now, here's our host with the questions, Jamie Duran, and our expert with the answers, Adam Duran.
Hello, Adam.
Hey, Jamie.
How is your week going?
Going great. Very
Yeah.
Yes. Very.
Any crazy customers, crazy stories, crazy things going on that we should all be aware of so we
Yes.
can sleep at night?
Yeah. Yes, I do.
Oh, man. That's
Now.
my favorite.
All right. Imagine you are a lawyer or doctor, CPA in financial services. You have a business that's thriving. Okay? Can you imagine
I'm ready.
that?
Yeah.
All right. So now you have a business that is in charge of safeguarding a lot of client data. So social security numbers, medical records, things that people are trusting you to keep safe.
Oh, boy.
Now,
That's not a good idea.
Well, you have now taken that data security, seriously. You have outsourced to a data security specialist company. And what they're doing is they're making a centralized server solution for you where all of that data is kept in the cloud safely. So that way it can't get hacked, and they are protections in place. So that way all of your communication going in and out of your business, to your employees, everything, all their email is scanned, everything is safe. Okay? Now, imagine one day you wake up, you're going to have your first cup of coffee, and you double click on your file that is on that server in the cloud, and it says, nope, not found. And then you start clicking around and nothing opens.
Oh, boy.
And then you start seeing that none of your files are opening. Then you go to your email and none of your emails are coming up. Everything is gone. Everything. So now what do?
Oh, I just go to my backup file.
Nothing is local. Nothing, when I say local, nothing is on your machine because, for security. Now, when this happens, you can be sure you have been a victim, most likely, of ransomware and becoming popular. This happened to one of our clients last November. Exactly what I said happened to them. They went to their data security company, and the data security company pretty much just shrugged and said, uh-oh. And that's not...
I hate to laugh.
Not what you want to hear.
That's like going to your kid's teacher and say, hey, my kid's... I don't know what it is like, but it's crazy. I just get, our main function is to secure your data, and now it's been compromised. And so you get to be stared at. That's my favorite.
And now you get an email or you get contacted in some way from the hackers who have zipped your data, and they say, here's our Bitcoin address, and we want you to send, in this case, it was over $1.5 million they had to send, and they have a certain amount of time to come up with that money if they want that data back. Now, if you're in one of these professions, now there's several things that you are thinking about. One, what am I going to do about my business? Am I going to be able to avoid the cavalcade of lawsuits that are coming? Who can I sue? And obviously, how can I get that data back? Now, that we'll talk about on next week's show. So we'll have a data security expert come on. But first, for when you do this, when you are in this position where you have a data security company safeguarding your data, that's great. Step number one, make sure that they have plenty of insurance. So there is insurance that pays for ransomware insurance. And it's pretty affordable. So make sure that you have it, number one. Then make sure that your data security company has more than $50,000 on that on their policy. You can ask to see it. You can ask some details about it. Make sure that they are, that they're covered by their insurance. Because if they're not, then when things like this happen, there's no money. And so all the eyes turn to you as the boss. That would suck, right?
Oh yeah. And a real quick question: what is the role of law enforcement in this? It sounds like it's kind of perfect. It should be illegal if it's not. And so, what happens when you call the FBI or the State Department or the police?
I haven't gotten to that stage yet, so I don't know. We'll ask the data security expert next week. But I have a feeling it's the same as if you call after your car's been hit in an accident. They kind of shrug their shoulders and go, yeah, that's a civil issue.
Civil issue.
I guess. I mean, you hear about this happening, and then the ones that you do hear of this happening, in all likelihood, they paid. They paid the hackers. And I have been asking friends who are in this data security, this business, and they say, you can call. You get a phone number. You call those hackers. It's like a regular company, and then you tell them my routing number or whatever my case number is, whatever, and they say, okay, please hold. We'll route you to your agent. Then they route you to your agent, and then you can try to haggle. You can try and get a lower price on your ransom. And it's actually really common, and they're really helpful.
So I'm going to hang up from this podcast, and I'm starting a new business, and it's going to be called, something ransomware. And sheesh, holy cow, if there's no penalty for doing this.
I'm sure there is. I just don't know how technically proficient law enforcement is. And you should also know that on the dark web, you can go on there and you can buy ransomware. You can buy programs off the shelf, basically just like you get through an app store, that are fully functioning pieces of software that will do this for you, top to bottom, beginning to end. They will search for businesses to infiltrate. They will do all the zipping of the files. They will store it all for you. They'll do everything. That's the world we live in. And so, yeah.
All right. It's been nice talking to you today. It's time for me to go. Yeah.
All right. So number one,
that's
number
insane.
one, plenty of insurance, everybody all around. Number two, when you're talking to that data security company, you want to make sure that they have a process/security model. It's a model that basically the government has put together. It's a cybersecurity model that basically acts as a guideline for these security companies to keep your data safe. So it should include email scanning. Before the email even comes to your computer, it should go through some kind of scanning process that's looking for exploits that are included in these fake emails. If you have a business with 5, 10, 15 employees, I guarantee you those employees aren't aware of all this. So having a data security company that scans your email, super, super important. Okay. And make sure that you're going to unfortunately have to do some research on your own about this. You can go to the government websites about cybersecurity, school yourself a little on this, because just going, data security company near me, probably not a good way to start your search. Okay. You got to educate yourself a little about this. Just like if you're going to get a CPA or an SEO specialist, you're going to have to do some research on this topic so you can make an informed decision about that company that you're going to choose to entrust your client's data. Next, you want to make sure that they have an ongoing auditing plan. That data security company should not just be a set it and forget it kind of business. And although that's what they love, right? Who doesn't love that? So make sure that they give you a written data security plan with all of these eventualities listed. And the reason is, if one of these happens and you need to use that insurance that you have now, your insurance company is going to need a list of steps that you've taken and a list of steps that you have done in order to protect your data secure, to make sure your data was secure. So if you don't have that list, then your insurance company will definitely give you a problem, right? So they're not really paid to pay out.
No,
So,
they're very good at accepting money. Not
right.
so good about the payout part.
That plan will help you kind of navigate what the data security company, their responsibilities are, and then what your responsibility as an employer with staff, what you're going to have to do as well. I know it's not probably what you got into, whatever business you're in. It's not part of that, but when this happens, this is an existential crisis for our client, right? So $1.5 million has to come from somewhere.
Wow.
And you can't do your job. You can't start making money again until this is taken care of. I mean, that is wow. So I guess first world problems, but that's what this is for, just to kind of for people who are listening to this, just to kind of educate you a little on this and make sure that you do take this very seriously.
No kidding. Wow, that is sobering for sure. Because you hear the war on terror, it's very abstract, and this is very specific. This is it's going, and it's crazy that anyway. So
with the internet, these are people who they could be your next door neighbor, or they could be in Belarus. I mean,
or more than likely your ex-employee.
It could be that too, but prove it now. I mean, good luck.
All right.
So before that happens, make sure you follow those 3 steps are key. Get yourself protected. Make sure you choose a good data security company. Make sure that they have a security plan in place in case of these eventualities do occur, because they will. I mean, this is what we live in now. This is our world. Yeah.
All right.
There you go, Jamie.
Thanks. As I said right at the beginning, more fun stories to keep us up awake at night.
Yay.
So if you do know an attorney, CPA, healthcare company, professional, anything, even a dentist, you would do well and they will thank you, or maybe not thank you, for sending them this podcast and how they can help protect not only themselves, their data, their livelihood, their reputation, and it's just, the list goes on and on, that this free podcast could help save someone's life, literally, because I would choke if somebody's, hey, $1.6 million to secure your, sorry, everybody.
Yep,
your information's out there.
Talk to you later.
Adios. But boy, oh boy, I mean, again, if you're in the healthcare, it's just on and on and on. So make sure that you have shared this podcast out. This should be in every, so you want to start a business. Here's the first thing you should do. So make sure to obviously share the podcast, but also wherever you're listening to it, if you can give it a quick thumbs up, even a 5-word review, that really helps our ranking, helps our podcast get shared out to even more people, so Adam can continue to help people. And Thanks. Make sure to write a quick review. But also, if you have a question on a previous topic, you can go to magnifiedmedia.net, click on the podcast button, and then search for any topic you can think of in local SEO. So I know this wasn't a local SEO topic, but we definitely appreciate the information.
Great. Thanks a lot, everybody. Have a good week.
That's all for now. Thanks for listening to this episode of Local SEO in 10 with Google local marketing expert Adam Duran. Join us each week for answers to your questions on how to best harness the power of the internet to grow your business. Speaking of questions, got some? Message us through our Facebook page, Local SEO in 10, and we'll be sure to give you your answer on an upcoming episode. This episode of Local SEO in 10 is brought to you by Magnified Media. the leading online marketing agency in Northern California, who invite you to grow your business by magnifying your online visibility and credibility. Visit them on the web at www.magnifiedmedia.com. Magnify your business, magnify your profits.